Chosen one, hear me now. This isn't by chance, nor a mere encouragement built from hopefulness. It's a call from the depths beyond circumstance, a summons that awaited the quiet, now arriving because your soul has attuned to receive it. Something beyond what we see has orchestrated this instant. Every dismissal that felt like banishment, every silence like a grave, every side-eyed look branding you as different. These were not judgments but protection. You were kept safe, set apart in sacred quiet, not due to any flaw, but because within you was a unique resonance too precious for ordinary systems. They saw your ambition as pride, your need for solitude as odd, your vision as misguided, because the world sees through lenses familiar to it. Your purpose is aligned with the miraculous. Keep in mind, the Lord guides me. I will not lack anything. Let this assurance anchor you beneath tumultuous waves. You weren't meant to accept a limited path that tells you to be practical, or that we don't do it this way. You were meant to redraw the map entirely, creating an original form of success and meaning that others around you couldn't perceive because they weren't designed to comprehend it. This isn't a pursuit of mere numbers, it's about embodying vastness. It's not a disregard for wealth, but a redefining of wealth as a state of being that you will emanate. For I know the plans I have for you, says a promise more ancient than fear. The design within you is older than the narratives you inherited and purer than the fears you absorbed. What you call ambition echoes an inheritance that predates your lineage. A generational promise inscribed into spiritual DNA refusing to remain dormant. Feel the elevation in your heart. That tension between your past self and the one emerging now is not worry. It's ignition. This is activation. The seed has split open. The hidden structures of your life are aligning, and the work ahead is not a struggle. It's a steadfast dedication to your true self. You were kept apart to preserve the sacred pattern intact. While your heritage learned to survive, you were being taught sovereignty. As they portioned out hope, your spirit received a different portion, authority. You were taught to be small by the mechanisms of fear. You were born to be expansive by the language of destiny. The prior instructions are weak, worn out, repeated across generations in a labyrinth. Release this blueprint, not with hostility, but with mindful letting go. Reject the inherited narratives that equate scarcity with reality. When your ancestors said, "We can't afford that," they were signing another clause into a contract you didn't agree to. You are the breaking of that clause. Your no nullifies an agreement line, and your yes writes a new covenant. This is the transformative power you've been invited into, to change ancestral deficit into a generational legacy. You will experience grief as you evolve. Grief is the steadfast companion of transformation, because you lament the lives that could not aspire. That mourning is consecrated. Yet do not let loyalty become a restriction. Bearing the light of your calling does not diminish love, it redeems it. By not shrinking to accommodate those who are unprepared, you free both them and yourself. The boldness of your boundary becomes a lesson for future liberation. Your solitude was not absence, but accumulation. Each silent moment while others pursued noise was your spiritual capital growing. Consider that what society labels loneliness might have been your soul's greatest investment. Contributions made in stillness, with spiritual interest growing. A vault replenished with a magnetic authority that neither money nor deals can mimic. In that quiet, you learn to be the provider, not the asker. This is why doors now open without your knocking. Why strangers turn into partners. Why opportunities manifest with precision. Because the internal frequency you have nurtured is now decipherable to reality. Staying silent was not a misstep. You were tuning the very instrument that the universe would later play through. The mirror of your life, the people, the events, the apparent rejections, has always been a reflection of inherited programming. The perceptions you learned were shaped by a legacy of fear. Those perceptions are being exchanged. Adjust your inner vision, and the outer world will inevitably follow. The reflection is never impartial. With faith, I can do all through the one who empowers me. Let this be your hinge. Faith unlocks what cannot be seen. Nonetheless, understand that faith is not blind optimism. It is disciplined alignment. You'll face tests now, not to punish, but to ensure that the power you're set to receive is managed with understanding. These tests won't appear as monsters. They'll come as familiar faces, tempting offers, family crises, nostalgia, cloaked as duty. The tempter will offer a shortcut that drains your authority. The family crisis will wield guilt as a weapon to draw you back into an old account. Your past self will whisper in the quiet, urging you to shrink for safety. Respond to each challenge with the same answer: steady sovereignty. Decline the shortcuts without dramatics. Love your heritage without relinquishing your throne. The most courageous act you'll undertake is to continue evolving while allowing others their own journeys. You're not leaving anyone behind when you refuse to be engulfed by their patterns. You're showing them possibilities. This marks a spiritual cancellation of generational scarcity. You are the leader. Your choices now echo backward and forward through time. By embracing the frequency of abundance, you effectively rewrite the rules that governed your family's fortunes. The vacant throne was not an absence of courage but of belief. Someone needed to recall how to sit on it. That someone is you. The crown you claim is not for display but an office. You now create values, all of which carry energy. You will not compromise your identity for approval nor negotiate your purpose for comfort. Your worth is non-negotiable, like a climate you inhabit. Walk with the dignity you were designed to express. This is not arrogance, it is authorship. You are not seeking permission. You are constructing a spiritual economy. Shift from wondering how to gain a fortune to declare how your life resonates with abundant reality, allowing existence to adjust itself. Wealth turns into a byproduct of the frequency you maintain. The universe is precise, rewarding loyalty to resonance more than adherence to methods. Your tasks will be untidy. Spiritual cleansing rarely looks polished for display. You'll need to let go of the reflex to brace for the worst when blessings come. Stop explaining your whole vision to those committed to ignoring it. Cease apologizing for claiming your rightful expanse. Each refusal breaks down another piece of the restrictive cage you inherited. Every brave step establishes new roots, nourishing not only your table but also the future harvests of your lineage. The task at hand is less about gathering resources and more about becoming the center from which resources naturally flow. The bank isn't a distant institution. It resides within you. Adjust your mindset accordingly. Value yourself as the source. Construct systems acknowledging you as the vault, and distribute like the steady flow of a river. Anticipate resistance. Some will distance themselves, revealed by their compromised alignment with your elevated resonance. Allow them to part. Small objects do not orbit grand ones. The individuals who reappear with newfound attraction after your ascent aren't always reliable. Occasionally, they test whether you've become flexible again. Maintain your boundary. You are being refined to manage power with integrity. The universe won't entrust you with influence if you disperse it recklessly. When you encounter pressure, it isn't a penalty. It's the compression needed for crystallization. Reinterpret pressure as the tool of a sculptor. As your nervous system releases outdated patterns, new capabilities will emerge. Don't be alarmed by nights of tears or sudden waves of sorrow. It's your body letting go of stories that delayed your true journey. Be gentle yet steadfast. Regard your inner world as a temple. Silence, insight, prayer, and practical boundaries shape the fortress of sovereignty. Lean on timeless wisdom during moments of doubt. Be firm and brave, without fear. Use these words as your shield, not to remove challenges, but to guide your steady response. Decisions will arise that seem larger than your previous experience. Embrace them before logic gives consent. Embody this new self first, trusting that conditions will morph accordingly. This law is in effect. Internal shifts precede external changes. When chances present themselves, evaluate them against your inner harmony, not the applause you might miss. You now curate energy. You'll learn to manage resources as spiritual instruments, to back movements of dignity, to finance spiritual awakenings, to plant the seeds of structures enduring beyond your time. Wealth transforms into a heartbeat you instill in communities, ensuring they recognize that abundance is no accident, but a legacy. This journey demands much from you: the courage to endure being misunderstood, the patience to be solitary until completion, the willingness to allow outdated world standards to dissolve. However, it offers you everything that truly matters: alignment, authority, and a renewed lineage. Stand in the silence and claim it. I am no longer the seeker, I am the source. I am not expecting a place, I am building the community that will gather there. Root this resolve within yourself, nurturing it with consistent, small actions that mirror your spirit. Small actions grow into legacies. The throne-gathering dust awaited your belief. You've reawakened it. Take your place, not to dominate but to build a new reality. Let your life alter long years of insufficiency into a culture of sufficiency. Allow your descendants to experience a nurturing environment where their worth is understood without question. Protect this gift with both humility and determination. The world will label your rise as sudden, but you will recognize its sacred nature. What once seemed like isolation has been your consecration. The vault you thought sealed is brimming with empowerment. The blueprint inside you is alive and active. Move with thoughtful decisiveness, with sovereignty and with tenderness when needed, yet remain unwavering when necessary. Speak only what you can uphold, and take action on your declarations. Assume your position, chosen one, not through worldly accolades but because you've recalled the sacred promise of your origin. This inheritance isn't by chance, it's the restoration of a lineage and the realization of a cosmic destiny. Carry this honor carefully. Hold on to one final assurance. Stepping fully into the vibration you were created to embody will unravel the scarcity within your bloodline and etch abundance into the foundation of your descendants. Let this be your prayer, your strategy, and your daily devotion. Rise now. The world will reorganize itself to align with the frequency you radiate. Amen.